Alright, so Samsung just sent out the Galaxy Unpacked invite, which means in 2 weeks, we're officially meeting the Galaxy S26 lineup. But here's the funny part. We basically already know everything. Full spec sheets just leaked for the S26, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra. Every camera, every battery, every dimension. And after going through all of it, I've got mixed feelings, some good stuff. Some very, wait, that's it? Let's start with what's confirmed. Galaxy Unpacked is happening February 25th in California, and Samsung's actually doing something pretty smart with the marketing. One of their posts on X isn't just a post, it's basically a registration button. You tap like, and that's it. You're signed up for alerts and sneak peeks. No forms, no email entry, just a like. It's simple, but honestly kind of genius. They're also pushing Galaxy AI hard this year. They're calling it Agentic AI, and which sounds very futuristic. And apparently the S26 series is built around it. We'll see exactly what that means at the event. But let's talk about what we already know. Starting with the regular Galaxy S26. The display grows slightly to 6.3 inches. Still AMOLED, still 120 Hz, still full HD+. So smooth, yes. New? Not really. In Europe, it's running the Exynos 2600. No Snapdragon on the base model. RAM is 12 GB across the board, and storage now starts at 256 GB, which is actually nice. No more 128 GB base model, and that's a quiet but welcome upgrade. Cameras: 50 megapixel main, 10 megapixel 3x telephoto, 12 megapixel ultra-wide 12 megapixel selfie. Sound familiar? Because it basically is. Battery goes up to 4,300 mAh. That's 300 more than last year. And charging? Still 25 watts in 2026. That's the part that's hard to ignore. Slightly bigger battery, same charging speed, same camera setup, no Snapdragon globally. If the price goes up, which rumors suggest, this becomes a tough recommendation very quickly. Now the S26 Plus. And honestly, I don't really understand who this phone is for. 6.7-inch AMOLED, 120 Hz. Same resolution as before. Exynos 2600 again. 12 GB RAM. 256 or 512 GB storage. Identical camera system to the base S26. Battery, 4,900 mAh. Exactly the same as last year. Charging is 45 watts, which is at least decent. But the dimensions are basically unchanged. The weight is basically unchanged. Nothing here feels new. It feels like the S25 Plus with a new name. If you blindfolded someone and handed them this and last year's model, I genuinely don't think they'd notice a difference, and that's a bit concerning. Now, the S26 Ultra. This is where things actually get interesting. 6.9-inch display, same size, same resolution, still 120 Hz. But globally, it gets the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. That's the top-tier chip. No region drama this time. You can choose between 12 or 16 GB of RAM. Storage goes up to 1 TB. Now the cameras. This is where Samsung did put in work. 200 megapixel main camera, but with a wider f1.4 aperture. That's a noticeable improvement for low light. The 5x periscope jumps to 50 megapixels with a brighter aperture. The ultra-wide is now 50 megapixels too. On paper, this is a real step forward in imaging. Battery is still 5,000 mAh, no increase. But charging moves up to 60 watts, which is a welcome upgrade. And here's something subtle but impressive. It's thinner and lighter than before while keeping the same battery size. That's good engineering. So, is the Ultra exciting? Yes. Revolutionary? Not really. It's refinement. Smarter camera tuning, faster charging, slimmer design. But the battery didn't grow, the display didn't change. It's evolution, not reinvention. Samsung seems to be betting that software and AI will carry the experience this year. There's also that privacy display feature rumored, where the screen stays clear, straight on, but dims from the sides to stop shoulder surfers. If that works well, it could be genuinely useful. But that's something we'll need to test in the real world. So here's the big question. If you own an S25, are you upgrading for most people? Probably not. If you're on an older device, especially something 2 or 3 generations back, the S26 Ultra looks solid. But the base and Plus models feel very safe. Maybe too safe. February 25th is when Samsung gets to show us the full picture. Maybe there's a surprise. Maybe the AI features are genuinely game-changing, or maybe this is just the most polished minor update we've seen in a while. Either way, we're about to find out. So tell me, which one are you actually considering, or are you skipping this year entirely? And stick around, because the moment these phones go official, we're breaking everything down properly. Real tests, real comparisons, no fluff. I'll see you in the next one.